For hundreds of years, the majestic architecture of Angkor Wat has awed citizens and tourists alike. It is a national treasure of Cambodia. Millions have gazed upon its sophisticated design, wondering how it was possible to create this intricate wonder. Though to this day, answers to fundamental questions about its construction remain mysteries which conventional knowledge cannot completely explain. So, what are the origins of Angkor Wat? Hello everyone, my name is Craig, host of Medieval to Modern. We feature fascinating information from civilization's medieval ages. Thank you for joining us today. In this episode, I will begin with conventional theory on the origins of Angkor Wat. Then I will introduce an alternative version which challenges missing information in the currently accepted account that is gaining increasing interest. For this episode, we felt compelled to offer two versions, since the conventional story about the origins of Angkor Wat still has major questions to resolve. Now, we shall begin with the current version of the Angkor Wat creation story. This jewel of the Khmer Empire has surprisingly little information available. Only scant details from depictions on the temples at the site give what little information we have about this magnificent place. There are no surviving texts or written communications from the period of construction mentioning this temple by name. The once thriving metropolis, currently called Angkor, was part of the mighty Khmer Empire. The Khmer Empire covered a large part of Southeast Asia. Angkor Wat was built in the city of Angkor, which at its peak had nearly 750,000 inhabitants in its area. At the same time, people in Europe were struggling with the harsh realities of the medieval period. Construction of Angkor Wat began 5.5 kilometers north of present-day Siem Reap. The building of Angkor Wat started under King Suryavarman II in the early 12th century. He designed it to be his temple to the gods, signifying their support for his rule over all others before him. Angkor Wat was not to be a place to gather for religious purposes. It was to be a place worthy of the presence of a god on earth. Breaking from tradition, where kings dedicated their temples to Shiva, this temple was to be dedicated to Vishnu. The king and his unknown architects followed ancient Sanskrit texts in its detailed construction. Angkor Wat was built in harmony with the universe and situated according to the rising sun and moon. Its center is aligned with the planets above and was created with the intention of connecting with the universe to become a spiritual and cosmological center. The primary material used to construct Angkor Wat was sandstone from the Kulin Mountain, over 40 kilometers away. There are 5 to 10 million large blocks weighing up to 1.5 tons used in the construction of Angkor Wat Monument. It has been suggested slackline was used to join the sandstone blocks, though what was used is still in question. Built to a design of 3 concentric squares, each one is raised above the next. The complex is then surrounded by a 190-meter moat, which also has a specific, sophisticated purpose. The water within this moat was used to displace the pressure of the giant complex pushing outwards. Otherwise, little else could stop this force from collapsing these structures over time. Using simple hand tools and their own knowledge, an estimated 50,000 to 300,000 workers were able to carve over 1,200 square meters of sophisticated bas-reliefs. In addition, they carved roofs, columns, and lintels for all of Angkor Wat. The thousands of workers crafted with such precise engineering that many modern techniques would struggle to achieve the same results. This unique construction took between 30 to 40 years for completion. Angkor Wat is said to be a shining display of classic Khmer architecture. Displays and symbols of Hindu cosmology cover the structure. It is said Angkor Wat was designed by architects to represent the mythical 5 peaks of Mount Meru, which is shown in the central quincux of the temple. The walls and large moat symbolize the mountain ranges and ocean that surround Mount Meru. According to Hindu cosmology, this is home to chief gods as well as the center of the universe. These gods include Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. Demigods, or devas, are also said to reside on top of this mountain. There is an unmistakable celestial theme throughout Angkor Wat. Sightlines from inside the temple from various terraces indicate specific towers are positioned exactly to the rising sun on a solstice. The main tower is in alignment with the rising sun on the spring equinox. With the elaborate design of Angkor Wat, there is an aim of representing the universe, creating a map of cosmology or mandala on Earth for human eyes. Its unique, highly advanced engineering and pioneering mathematical calculations allowed this amazing structure to rise from the ground. Years after its completion, a new ruler came to power. He reclaimed former Khmer territory, previously lost to traditional foes. He believed the Hindu gods had failed him, so he made a new capital and state temple in a different location dedicated to Buddhism. Gradually, towards the end of the 12th century, Angkor Wat converted to a Buddhist temple, which it remains to this day. That completes the conventional account on the origins of Angkor Wat. The next version dives into controversial territory. It raises critical questions for modern researchers to answer if we are to gain a better understanding behind the origins of Angkor Wat. At the heart of this version is a vital question. Why does a sophisticated culture capable of such complex architecture use vast amounts of time, energy, and materials for one project? The Khmer Empire was in constant battle with enemies while running a vast domain which required increasing resources. Yet even with these crucial demands, Angkor Wat was the greatest single priority of the empire at that time. Let us begin by looking at the amount of stone required to build this magnificent place. According to conventional numbers, up to 15 million tons of sandstone block were used in the above-ground construction of the Angkor Wat monument. This does not include foundation rock or rock for the moat's infrastructure. In addition, the construction time of approximately 40 years includes cutting, aligning, polishing, and intricately carving each stone of up to 1.5 tons with medieval hand tools in a continuous, unrelenting process. As for planning, this was a unique Hindu temple which had no existing examples to copy, designed on a scale beyond anything existing at that time. Speaking of building, there is another glaring question. Why do we still not know with a credible degree of consensus how the sandstone blocks were held together? We know it took 182 years to build Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, also started in the 12th century with existing technology at that time. The recent version of St. Paul's Cathedral in London was started in 1675 with technology developed over 500 years after Angkor Wat and still took 35 years to complete. It used over 77,000 tons of Portland stone. Both of these were individual cathedrals, not the humongous undertaking at Angkor Wat. Now we shall review where the quarries to obtain these rocks were located. The nearest possibility is over 40 kilometers away in the Kulin Mountain. One has to think about the distance of transportation, along with the tools and technology available to cut, lift, and transfer this stone each day for 40 years. Then, one must consider the transportation methods used to cover the distance to Angkor Wat at that time. Could elephants, water canals, and land travel in medieval times have accomplished this feat in a continuous, timely fashion over decades without interruption? We know Angkor Wat was intended to have depictions of detailed cosmology, though recently some researchers have speculated this site also incorporated sacred geography. Using computer simulation, the location of key temples is similar to stars in the Draco constellation during the spring equinox of 10,500 BC. It appears there was a significant attempt to harmonize Earth and the cosmos at the time of construction. Of course, this is a much earlier period than the conventional building date of the 12th century. Furthermore, the nature of carvings and location of the Angkor temples have been said to indicate the precession of the equinoxes, a gradual transitioning between astrological periods. The Khmer calendar uses the cycle of the heavens as its foundation, which is similar to the Mayan calendar. If you are interested in another Mayan grand creation with astounding astronomical features, watch our episode El Castillo at Chichen Itza holds many secrets. It will make you question why these and other civilizations, thousands of miles apart in medieval times, were aligning major monuments to equinoxes and similar astrological movements. One has to wonder if there were existing infrastructures on this site, or if the estimated time to build in the conventional theory is completely wrong. Could there have been methods and advanced tools used to construct Angkor Wat that we still have not discovered? Conventional theory provides a decent foundation, though the research is far from complete. In my opinion, this alternative version raises crucial questions on the origins of Angkor Wat, making its construction an unsolved mystery. Which brings us to that time at which we will share the Medieval to Modern Top 8 of intriguing facts about Angkor Wat. As our viewers know, we believe knowledge is ageless, as well as enjoyable. Now, we shall present them all for your learning pleasure. Number 1. Angkor Wat is part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site listed in 1992. Number 2. Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world, measuring 402 acres in total. Number 3. Angkor Wat means City of Temples in Khmer. Number 4. Surprisingly, Angkor Wat is not one of the new 7 wonders of the world, losing out in 2007 official voting. Number 5. At least 35% of foreign tourists who enter Cambodia visit Angkor Wat. Number 6. Angkor Wat is featured on the Cambodian flag. Number 7. Angkor Wat is an active Buddhist temple to this day. Number 8. The king who commissioned the building of Angkor Wat ruled from 1113 AD to 1150 AD. Thank you for supporting us at Medieval to Modern. Please be sure to watch our next episode, or one shown at the end of this video. Also be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and spread the word about this channel so we can create more exciting content. I wish you good tidings, as we remember that sharing knowledge has been a noble deed throughout the ages.